Where the greatest potential is building the machine that makes the machine. In other words, building the factory. And really thinking of the factory like a product. Not sort of a hodgepodge of things that are bought, where the machines are kind of bought from a catalog. But actually, just like we do with the car, we don't try to create a car by ordering a bunch of things off a catalog. We design the car the way it should be, and then we make, either we or with working with suppliers, make all of those individual components. And there's almost nothing in a Model S that's in any other car. And I think the same approach is the right approach to take when building the machine maker, the factory. I actually think that the potential for improvement in the machine that makes the machine is a factor of 10 greater than the potential on the car side.
Tesla just quietly and nicely became one of the best manufacturing companies in the world. I know there were some couple of turmoils around the manufacturing process, but they invested a lot of money and a lot of engineering power into problems that, fixing the machine, that building the machine. And that's why I think Tesla stock can become a $1,057 stock. Now, if you're thinking about Tesla, you need to understand that Tesla is much more than just a car company or a solar company or an energy company. For a very long time, Elon Musk tries to emphasize that this is much more. And as you are following me since 2019, where we had this huge outbreak, and we said it here on this channel that the stock will outbreak. So make sure to subscribe to this channel if you are new here, because there is so many other stocks that we will talk about in the next couple of weeks, months, years to come that will change the world. And Tesla is one of them. And if you are following the step-by-steps, and as you can see in the intro, Elon Musk said always he wants to build the machine that building the machine, which means the following. He wants to build always improving manufacturing processes in his gigafactories around the world and implementing step-by-step a fully automated and very effective to produce as many cars as cheap as possible. And not only that, but also to produce as many batteries as possible, as cheap as possible. We have seen where this can lead to by watching the Battery Day. If you haven't watched the Battery Day, go and watch the Battery Day. It's such an important event, guys, okay? And there is so much innovation into the manufacturing process. And I think that Elon Musk said in this presentation that he believes that they want to just become the number one company in manufacturing, okay? Because it's so hard to first design a product, but it's 1,000 times harder to produce this product and scale, okay? And that's why this is the beauty about Tesla, that it's such a creative engineering company that is just breaking through all the laws that are out there and trying to do something different. And with that approach, with this first principle thinking, it's so great to see that the stock is going and the company is growing very, very heavily, okay? 50% for a company this size, we are talking about a monster of $400 billion already in market cap. We are actually going into a very much speed as a small startup would do, right? Or a new industry, right? But let's talk about the $1,057 price target. This would be approximately the $1 trillion mark. And I think that the manufacturing strategy by Elon Musk is so important for these steps, and all about that I would like to go in details in the next category, so come with me. So you see how important manufacturing can be. And before we diving into this category, let me tell you a story of a guy that is very, very closely to what Elon Musk is doing right now. He did it a couple of decades ago, and his name is Henry Ford. And Henry Ford was very, very much into manufacturing, innovation, simplification of products, and mass creation, and making, you know, the very, very T model a full success. Okay, but let me show you guys what does it mean, because this can be actually quite lucrative. Not only that everybody's saying, wow, the net worth of Elon Musk can be quite so excessive, and as well his compensation package, but look at this guy. So Henry Ford, and this is adjusted for inflation, was worth $200 billion. Okay, so much more than Jeff Bezos is right now. So there were a couple of guys that were much more rich than Jeff Bezos is right now at this moment. So however, let's have a look. So he is quoted as an American entrepreneur, founder of Ford Motor Company. And Henry Ford was an American manufacturer, industrialist, and the sponsor of the development of the assembly line technique that allowed for mass production. And here comes the thing. He was a guy that saw the car revolution and wanted to give it to everyone, because he just thought that this will bring so much advantages to the human race when we can go from A to B much faster than with horses, much comfortably, much more reliable at some point, right? Because a car, you just fill it up and it goes 24 hours if you want. So he saw this opportunity, and he thought, like, how can I make the Ford cars more affordable, that everyone can have it, right? So he reduced the capacity of moving parts to such an extent that the cars were very simple inside, but, you know, simple to assembly, fast to assembly, cheap to assembly. And then he just discovered this assembly line and thought, like, you know, instead of having one car and finish one car and go to the next one and, you know, have dozens of cars, let's put them into a line and they will just, you know, pass by and the people will assemble them. So we will have a very, very productive way to work from now on. And this is what he have done, and this is why Ford got so successful, guys. It's one of the most successful companies back then, riding on two waves, okay? First, the industrial wave, which is, you know, obviously the also internal combustion engine, and secondly, with the industrialization of the whole world. So he really made the T model, which was the T model, for example, just existed in one single color, guys. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of important things. Now I saw another article, which another big point for Tesla being a great manufacturing company. There is, for example, the company Regeneron. You have heard about them because they created this antibody for the whole health crisis that's going on. Unfortunately, the manufacturing process is so hard that by this year, end of this year, they will have just 50,000 doses of this antibody, and towards the half of next year, so 2021, they will have like 500,000 doses, and then 1 to 2 or 3 million doses towards the end of the year. As you can see, manufacturing is so crucial, not only for companies to produce their product in a very cheap manner, but also, you know, to scale. And this is where Tesla has a huge advantage with the huge casting machine or the Model Y for the development in battery. And yes, it costed billions and billions of dollars in years and years of development, but still, this is a huge advantage for Tesla coming forward, and I believe that this is the right step. I think this is an absolutely fantastic step by Elon Musk and his team with going this direction and bringing the next step to car evolution, which is electric car, crazy manufacturing, very simplified manufacturing process. You know, for example, the Model T was only available in black, and now the Model 3, S, and X is available only in 4 or 5 colors, right? Very simple, guys. And if you want to have another color, you can go to any paint shop or any, you know, foiling shop and make the color that you like. So important to take away here is that we have seen this before, and it was very, very successfully how Elon Musk approaches things in the very past. And I think that he learned a lot of things about Henry Ford, and exactly these things you can learn from the greatest: Steve Jobs, Henry Ford. These guys changed so much how we perceive, the mass production and the manufacturing of goods. And I think that this is just a brilliant way to make a $1 trillion company. In the conclusion, I would like to focus on two things: innovation and stock price. Stock price can be very volatile, especially for Tesla, for other companies that innovate, because the price can go from, super crazy, undervalued, nobody want to believe in the company, until, oh man, they really have some mode there, they really are achieving milestone after milestone, let's all buy in before we miss something. And we have seen both scenarios with Tesla. We have seen the undervalued scenario where we here on this channel talked about it 2019 or throughout 2009. Watch my old videos and you will see how crazy much we talked about this stock. And after the huge success in 2019 with Tesla stock, I want to take the mindset on the next level, okay? How we can transfer this mindset to many, many other companies to come, and we started doing it, right? We invested into Beyond Meat, which doubled since a year, since beginning of the year when we invested, right? We are investing into companies that innovate like Virgin Galactic as well, right? So I believe that you have a very good chance, if you are here with me on this channel and also obviously going with open eyes through the world, you can really, 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 really find the next 10 beggar stocks. And it's not that hard that people think. It's not needing the financial backgrounds that everybody think it is, right? It's rather to seeing new trends. I want to see the next Tesla. I want to see the next Netflix. I want to see the next Bitcoin even, right? The broad approach to that is very, very important to not miss this kind of opportunities. And secondly, with innovation, it's something that it might sound crazy in the beginning, right? We had this with, the first airplane. We had this with the first iPhone, with the first computer, with Bitcoin. It's a story that just keep on repeating itself, okay? First it's for the geeks or for the crazy ones. Then it got some adoption. Then it's, like a kind of trend. Then it's like the boom, and then the saturation, and then there's the next innovation. And I think that Tesla has the potential to ride this innovation wave for a very long time. And I will tell you why. There was a very important part of the battery day where they showed how battery prices would plateau and not anymore go down substantially after a certain period of time. So they said, okay, before we reach this part, we want to go lower, much lower with the battery price. And that's why they invented, a brand new battery design, manufacturing process, and so on and so forth, to make it 50% more output, and I think 50 or 60% lower cost, which is just mind-blowing, right? I mean, they could just try to scale and scale and scale, but they just investing and innovating, and this is just a company that you should just pass by if you have the chance. And we had the chance in the last couple of days and weeks where the stock dropped. I didn't thought that stock can drop under 400, but once they dropped under 400, it quickly rebounds, and we are back at 425 levels, 430 levels. And I think with the overall uncertainty going out of the market plus the S&P 500, I think we can see here a very, very huge stock price, maybe 600 or even 700 towards the end of the year. You definitely should stay tuned and thumb up this video for the algorithm.